Guys, I just want a senior day in the Dome versus Boston College. I think about Zaire and Paris Bennett and Big Moo and the people that are on this football team and what they've gone through, okay? From the Scott Schaefer to the Dino Babers thing and the transition that they allowed us to implement with them being in the program. They've had some big wins, Virginia Tech and obviously the Clemson win, and we've had some disappointments. But overall, I think it's going to be a fantastic situation when we get to celebrate those guys, and hopefully we can send them out the right way. Open it up for questions.
Safe to say Eric won't play this weekend?
I would like to see if he could or he couldn't, but I wouldn't bet that he would.
Sure. When you think back to the Florida State game, putting him back in, do you think that, and obviously him playing for the rest of the game, factored into him not being able to play this weekend? Was anything aggravated, or maybe a wish, maybe if we had just sat him down that game, we'd have gotten him to leave? We can't look at things that way, you know what I mean? You don't know when he can or he can't. I think that things happen for a reason, and we're going to get an opportunity to play one more year with him, and that'll be fantastic. Any chance he needs surgery after the season?
I can't talk about his medical stuff. I'm not allowed to do that stuff.
Think he'll be full go by the spring?
I think he'll be full go by next year.
Mark?
Coach, you just talk about if it is difficult to have your team, get really mentally ready for this game, considering, kind of their hopes are off the table for the bowl. I know you already talked about it briefly, but what kind of challenge is that?
I don't think it's a big challenge when you look at it. The game of football, I don't want to, get all sentimental here and stuff, but the game of football is so different than any other game. If you're a baseball player and baseball's over, you get to go play in the softball leagues. If you're a basketball player, you get to go play rec basketball and show everybody how well you can shoot or how well you can defend. When you get done with football, there's no intramural league or anything that you can go to afterwards and put on 12 to 15 pounds of gear and get after people where you could get medically hurt, from the jobs that you have in your careers. This is the last time that they're ever going to play the game unless they get an opportunity to play professionally, which is a very, very small percentage. And then even if you do get an opportunity to play professionally, your lifespan is, 3 to 5 years, if you're good enough. Very seldom do the guys play over that. So this is the last time that they're going to play a game that they've been playing their entire lives, that they love. And you ask any football player, including the one that's in front of you, we all remember the last time that we put on the pads and we got an opportunity to play the game. And when that's over, it's over. You get to go do other things, but that's it. There's no intramurals after that. There's no rec league. There's no health club that you can go and line up and play 22 guys that are going to play collegiate football. And maybe that's why the fantasy thing is so good. I've never done it before. Maybe that's why everybody enjoys it so much. But that's totally different than real football. So to get back to your statement, them putting on that gear and getting one more time to play with their brethren that surrounds them and guys that'll be their friends and their best friends for the rest of their lives, the guys are going to be the best men at their wedding, I think they have enough to play for, and I think they'll show up.
Matt, Dino, Steve is thinking we'll probably break a couple of records Saturday. What's kind of his legacy in your mind here at Syracuse, and do you think he can play on Sundays?
I think that he's going to have an opportunity based off the things he's done in college football. If he can do those things in college football, he has an opportunity to do them in the league. I think his thing is just like all the other guys. I think he's came, he's worked. Last year, his season may not have been as good as he would like it, but the way he put in work to change all that, to come out and have a breakout season, I think he did those things. And his legacy and the things that goes on, he'll leave a mark here at Syracuse with the records that he's going to set, and then what he does with the rest of his life, I think is going to be good. But we have to wait and see with that. But, I think he had all things considering and based off of where this offense started and, option football and where it ended up, I think he's made a heck of a transition, and we're lucky to have him on the team.
Do you think any of the defensive struggles the past 2 weeks can be attributed to just the emotional letdown of losing a guy like Eric?
I don't see it that way. I would tie it more into other things than just Eric. And remember, Eric not playing on offense doesn't affect how the defense plays. The defense still has an opportunity to go out there and shut people out. And the offense has an opportunity to go out there and score every time they have the football. And I think that's the way the two sides have to look at things. I don't think one guy on one side can affect everything on the other side of the football.
Now, I know it shouldn't. Do you think it has? Do you think they've been mentally strong enough that they?
I would like to think that it did not affect them.
Coach, a pretty broad question here, but what do you hope this team has learned about itself, when the season's all over, which will be this week?
And I think the big thing is that when they do things right, they can achieve fantastic things. Injuries are part of the game, and everyone has them. And you have to continue to work on the people who aren't in the games, because someday they will. I think the biggest thing that I get out of coaching, if I wasn't a coach, I'd be a teacher. When you're a teacher, okay, and don't get me wrong, I'm a teacher by profession. You fire me today, I'm going to go teach somewhere if I can't get back in the profession. When you're a teacher, somebody gets an A, somebody gets a C, somebody gets an F. If you're grading on a curve, somebody has to get the F. That is the bell curve, correct? They still have that?
I believe so. It's been a while.
It's been a while. Thank you very much, Stephen. I've got some years. Now, in coaching, okay, there is no A and there's no F. Your starting quarterback and your backup quarterback, you have to coach them the same, because when your starter goes down, your backup's in the game. It's credit, no credit. It's pass or fail. There's no in between. And what we need to continue to do as coaches and as players is understand, with injuries in this game, that you have to continue to coach the underbelly, because someday that guy that's sitting second could be first. And in some situations on our football team, the guy that's sitting third can be first, and you have to continue to develop them.
Nate, kind of two somewhat related questions. Now that you've gone through the league 2 years now, or about to go through 2 years, do you think it's as healthy or healthier than it was last year? I mean, when you look at Virginia's and Boston College's and Wake Forest's and kind of how they're progressed over the last year and a half.
You know, when I first, okay, that's one question. When I first came in, I saw the league one way, and I'm going to always be honest with you, so I'm not going to say to be honest with you, but I felt that we could come in and do certain things because I wasn't sure people would be willing to change. What I've seen the second year in this league is that guys are adapting and guys are changing, and they're moving with the times, which makes this league even more dangerous. And when I say dangerous, I mean this league is growing, it's maturing, and I think the different concepts of the coaches, the new coaches that have been coming in, has been affecting the league. And normally your older coaches in the league would kind of do what they've always done, but I don't see that. I see them adapting as well, and I think that's one of the reasons why this is one of the top leagues in college football, and I think it's going to continue to be one of the top leagues in college football. Good question.
Stephen?
Looking ahead to next year, you're going to have different linebackers playing. I'm curious, what you can tell me about some of the guys who've been working behind the scenes, particularly Tyrell Richards.
Redshirting, getting bigger, getting stronger, raw. One of our Canadian recruits, and when we bring those guys down, we will have a tendency to redshirt them because they have to kind of get used to the American side of football and those type of things, but very, very athletic, very raw. Now, I'm not going to talk a lot of those younger guys. We have to get them in here in spring and see what they can do, and 2 or 3 of them are going to line up on the first day. And then there's going to be a whole bunch of guys that are backing them up, and I'm sure we'll be playing a lot of them because we really don't know what they're going to do until they get in the game. But that's the excitement of it, is the changeover, no different than Ish and Irv leaving and seeing who's going to be next. And that's the stuff that's exciting to me.
Do you have a good story about Tyrell's adjustment to here from school?
Don't really want to talk about him much yet because he hasn't played. But when he gets on the field, I'll have a story for you.
Time for 2 more questions. Mark?
Coach, when you think back like 5 weeks ago, there was so much optimism and momentum around the program. And now, can you talk about how disappointed you are that things didn't kind of progress from there?
My disappointment was in the way as a community that we handled it. And I hope that next year when the opportunity comes up, we handle it a different way. We need to be mature about the way we go about our process. When we're sitting at a situation where great things can happen and we're willing to look so far down the road, when really we need to just look right outside the door and keep doing the job that we're doing so that we can have an opportunity to get to the fruits of those rewards at the end of the season and not necessarily jump the gun, you know, and talk about the future when we still had a lot of work to do. We still had a lot of planting, a lot of seeding, a lot of watering to do, and we're already counting our chips with our crops, and we don't even know what in the hell happened yet. And, you know, it's exciting. I get it. It's a new experience for us. I understand that part of it. And I get, you know, I get that you guys get to write about it, and that's really cool. But as a team and as a community and as a university, you know, there's steps to it. You know, I can think back to my children when, you know, they got their tricycle, and then they got their bikes with the wheels on the side. What do they call them? Training wheels? And then the very first day that you took the training wheels off, and then you're running behind them with the bike, getting in better shape than they are. And then all of a sudden, you're running behind them, and you don't have your hand on the bike, and you're just running next to them, and they don't realize that they're pedaling the bike by themselves. And then they're taking off, going all over the neighborhood, and you're worrying about cars hitting them because they're flying around corners and doing all kind of crazy things. Those are the processes to learning how to ride a bike. And it's no different than the processes that the team has to go to learn how to win. You just don't step on the field and win. There's a process that we have to go through, and we're going through that process. And we will win. And it will be exciting when we do, and we'll all join the community, everybody will join together, and it'll be fantastic. But we need to go through the process, and it's slow. It's not millennial. It takes time. But we're going to get it done. There's no doubt about it.
Last question, Matt.
Coach, only one game left, obviously, but this one seems to carry a little bit more significance given the fact that it's a regional rival. You guys battle the same recruits with Boston College. How significant is this game in the grand scheme of things?
Again, it comes back to, yes, they're a rival. Yes, we battle them for recruits. That's not the main topic. The main topic is it's senior day. It's the last opportunity for those guys to step into the dome. Okay? They'll never step in the dome again. They don't play professional games in the dome. We want to send that crew out the right way. And we want everybody that comes to that Thanksgiving game on that Thanksgiving weekend to have the right experience. And I think that's the key thing, nothing else. Lock in to playing for your brother and ending this thing, the 2017 season, the right way.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, guys.